Welcome back to the channel. Look what I got. Mint. Can you say mint? Look at this. This manual has never been out of the sleeve. Japanese version. Look at this nice little box. Bam. You see this? Are you looking at this? You saw the thumbnail. Casio Lineage LCW-M100DSE-2A JF. I'm gonna put up a graph over here on your left, so you can see all the details here while I talk. So this is actually the second one I got. This is the first one I got. Pros. I think this is one of the most beautiful Casio Lineage watches ever made. Sapphire glass. Sadly discontinued. They both arrived dead. Battery was dead. This one, well, you saw this one is brand new. It even had the little, I don't even know where I put it. Had the little plastic cover here on top. I think it's this one right here. Came like this, but with a dead battery. I already replaced the battery and charged it and replaced the O-ring. But you can see it has all the plastic, all the tags. Now this one, the one I'm wearing, is used. You can see it does have a little bit of scratches here. Now this one came, the bracelet was short. It didn't fit me. And I was looking for extra links on eBay, and man, are they expensive. They want something like, oh God, I think it's like $60 for each link. These are pin and collar. There's other watches from other brands that also use that system, pin and collar. And that little collar that goes inside, which is what holds the pin, they're expensive no matter what brand of watch you're working on. But other than that, you can see that it does have a little bit of scratches, but the glass is in perfect condition. That blue is just beautiful. The only thing that I don't like about this watch is that it only has 3 buttons, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. So this is the light button, and it's also the adjust button. And to work the adjust, you gotta leave it pressed. That way you could change everything. Let's do a little quick walk through here. You press the mode button here once, and it shows you the battery level, right? While on this screen, if you press here, which will be, this is A, B, and C. You press C button here. It gives you the last time it received signal, because this is multiband 6, by the way. And there it is, the date and time. It got that last night from my atomic time reception station. Now if you press it again, gives you world time. You can pick whatever city you want to see. Alarm, all that details over here on your left. Stopwatch, the timer. And there it is. It has 5 languages, so it'll give you while you're in the timekeeping mode here, if you press this C button, it'll also give you, you see the date and day, and it also give you the little signal here that it did receive time, and it also has that tab here underneath RCVD, which tells you that it received time also. And if you press and hold, you could do a manual receive of the atomic time. So I was able to get this adapter here on Amazon, which is an extender. And just with this, I was able to get it to fit on my 7.5 wrist. Perfect. Now, this thing got lost like 3 times by Amazon. I got a little anxious and desperate, and so I started looking around, but I didn't want to pay all that money for just one link, right? So look what I did. I ended up finding a brand new complete bracelet. That's the part number right there. Still has the plastics. Look at that. Brand spanking new. So I can use this and not worry about scratching it because I got a spare. And you can see it has the end links here, which is different. They also came included with the purchase. It was an extra cost, but this is what happens when you got mental problems, you know what I mean? Now let me show you something else. So I've been waiting for parts for this watch for a while now. During that time, I created my own manual here in English, since the original one is only found in Japanese. Here it'll give you everything translated into English, like how to adjust the hands if they're not in sync with the digital and all that stuff. I'll leave you guys a link where you can download this, even though I don't think this might be the only video on this watch, maybe. Not really sure. Maybe the only one in 4K. So here it is. I also wanted to show you that within this line, based on the research that I did, there's only 4 models that have sapphire crystal. I'll put them up right here, up on the screen right now. So there's 2. The 2 on the left have sapphire, and they're stainless steel, like the one I have, like the 2 that I have. And the 2 on the right also have sapphire, but they're titanium. They're a little bit lighter. So that's a little bit of information there, because it's kind of difficult to find information on these watches. So finally today, I was able to, receive the other O-ring, because, they're kind of difficult to find too. That's the part number right there. And that's what I'm about to do. Hopefully I can do it because my extra pair of eyes broke. So I'm just gonna try to do it with the ones that I'm wearing. So let me get ready. And hopefully you read on the previous picture I had up how to break down the model number, and that SE is what determines that the SE means special edition, which basically lets you know that it has a sapphire crystal. So let me get ready and I'll be back. All right, so this thing has 20 millimeters lugs, and I found that they're easier to remove with this tool because there isn't a lot of space here. So with this tool, I can basically pinch the spring bar. All right, I couldn't record it. I had to bring the watch all the way to my face to be able to see it. So here is the back. So this one uses a CTL 920F battery, just like the newer Bluetooth 2100s, GMB 2100. And they are kind of expensive. That's the inside. Take a look at this. On each hole, it has a plastic ring. So if you ever get one of these, make sure you don't lose that. And this is where the battery goes, and it goes, typically the batteries go positive side up. On this one goes negative up. And if you ever get something like this, you see my fingerprint here when I opened it before. If you get a watch that has a battery and it has this blue tape, you have to replace it. You remove it from the original battery and put it on the new battery. You must do this or the watch will not work properly, because what this is doing is it prevents a short here somehow, so the battery doesn't touch anything else. That's the purpose of that tape. It's a little bit tight in there, but you know, with a pick you can get it out. Here is that original O-ring, which I had lubed, waiting for the new one. You can see it's flat. Flat. So let me get a Q-tip here, and being that now I won't have to open it again, let's clean this up. I've tried to work with these very intricate watches with gloves, but my hands start sweating and I start dropping everything, and that it just gets me very angry. I've had comments where people say, oh my God, you got a lot of patience. That's because I don't record everything. Well, that's because I edit the video. Not everything goes up, because probably would have been banned by now. Sometimes when you make these videos, everything looks like it's easy and nice and perfect, but it's usually never that way. It's trial and error, and a lot of errors. All right, let's lube that new O-ring. Very weird, well, not weird, different type of movement. So Casio knows how to do a nice looking watch that's multiband 6. Right now, I'm not really sure. I think, yeah. If you want something similar to this, you need to get a Wave Ceptor. But of course, it's not going to be sapphire glass. And it's not going to look the same way. So this one is also called Wave Ceptor. If you didn't know, Wave Ceptor, it was what Casio first, the name they came up with first. And then when they figure out how to make the watch get signal from all 6 antennas, they made up the name multiband 6. That's their thing. That's a Casio thing. All right, let me see if I could do this without getting that O-ring pinch. I don't trust it. It's not moving. So, oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is a little bit here. So this part is very important, because if you don't do it right, you are screwed in case it gets wet. Delicate watch. Gotta use the proper lubrication for that O-ring. Don't go putting that heavy grease that looks like Vaseline. And you know, I use this, which is basically filled with silicone, and that's gonna dry out. And I've shown this plenty of times in many of my videos, but every time it dries out, I just relube it with this. And there's a link. There's always a link down below where you can get it. Now you're screwing into stainless steel, not a typical G-shock that it's resin. So you have to be very careful when you're putting back these screws. You cannot force it. So you have to make sure that everything is aligned. See, like now I'm going backwards, going forward, until I feel that that screw is nice and straight and it's not cross threaded. The same thing happens with the with the GW5000 and the bezel screws. Gotta take your time with this, especially with a watch like this that has been discontinued. That one went in perfect. Perfect. So now I'm applying pressure, that way the back cover doesn't move. Tight. And I always do this in an X pattern. That way the back cover goes in pretty even. See, screws go in nice and soft. I can feel it, that it's not being cross-threaded. Now I am not going swimming with this, even though it's capable of with 50 meters water resistant. But you never know if I'm wearing it and it starts raining. There it is. There it is. All right. Let me put back the bracelet. I can't show you because I can't see. So I'll be back. All right. It's on. To put this bracelet on, you definitely need one of these tools because the spring bar needs to be compressed on both sides for it to fit. If you try to do it one side at a time, for like a typical watch, it won't go in. All right, so let me show you something that I didn't show you before, like setting up the time manually. So this is the light, but it also works as the adjust. So you press and hold, adjust. And the good thing about this watch is that if the battery is about to die or if it goes on power reserve, the hands automatically go to 12 o'clock in the second hand also. So here we are at 12, using the 12-hour setup. Your local time here, DST is on automatically. Here you could adjust the second, and here you could do the time, the year, the date, month, day, the key, sound, mute. Here's the languages: English, I believe that's German, Espanol, Chinese, Japanese, back to English, and back to the beginning. Here you can change it to 24 hours. And to exit out, you press here. Now, when you do it in manual, I recorded a video doing it on this watch. I'll put it up here. Look how you see that R, and then you have the W. So when you press this button to do a manual, to receive time manually, the second hand is what it's going to tell you if it's doing it right. So you should be seeing it on the left. So it goes first to the R, And on a regular watch like a G-Shock, it'll show you like an L1, L2, L3. On this watch, you saw that it says RC on the LCD, but then it goes blank, right? And then you won't be able to see anything. But then you're gonna see that the second hand moves up to the W, and it'll stay there until it receives time. Once it receives time, it automatically goes into time. So let me know what you think. Do you have this watch? Have you seen it before? Let me know what you think. Sapphire. Why do I have two? Because the moment my wife saw it, she said she wanted it. So I had to get another one for me. That's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.